Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic and, well, a puzzle by James Kopp, which is reason enough for it to appear on the channel. But James really has appealed to two of my favourite things in the world with this. It's a fog of war Sudoku, as you can see, which I'm very partial to indeed. But James has also called this puzzle Cloud Atlas. And some of you, I know this, but my favourite author is David Mitchell, the author of Cloud Atlas, not the comedian, who I do find very funny, but David Mitchell, the author, I view as a complete linguistic genius. And my favourite book of all time is Cloud Atlas, and occasionally I get ridiculed for that by some of my crossword friends who really don't know what they're talking about. I'm looking at you, AJ. But anyway, Cloud Atlas, I've no idea why it's called Cloud Atlas. It may be for no other reason than to appeal to me, in which case, well done, James. But I'm really looking forward to having a go at this, because if it is in any way redolent of the books of, of that book in particular, I will be A, amazed, and B, delighted. And in fact, I should start today by, if you're not familiar with the works of David Mitchell, how can I persuade you of and I've read I've read parts of this passage on the channel before, but his use of language is so unbelievably brilliant that often, not often, but occasionally in his books, you can be reading a paragraph of prose, and you'll suddenly pick up a rhythm that makes you think, oh my goodness, actually is this poetry I'm reading? And it's unannounced, and there's no fanfare about it. And indeed, many people reading the books, I don't think, will even pick up on the fact it's happened. But it's there. And I thought I would share an example with you, because these sorts of things make me quite excited about language in general. So this is from David's book, The Bone Clocks. And it's just a normal passage in the book. This all happens within one paragraph. I'll try and do it justice. Up and away my mind rises through the ceiling tiles and roofing slates, over the bunker where the English department has been temporarily housed since 1978. Espy the theatre's curvaceous roof by Frank Gehry, skim over Lego-like accommodation blocks, circle the Gothic chapel from Lincoln's era, tumble amid the glass and steel science buildings up to the President's house, red-bricked, gabled, ivy-veined, through the lich gate to the cemetery, where Blythewood College lifers turn into trees at the speed of worms and roots, and up the highest tree of all spirals Hershey's absent mind, known only unto squirrels and crows. The Hudson River stately winds between the Catskills' pigeon toes. A train's revealed, a train's obscured, a quote around a broken cup. I like to see it lap the miles and lick the valleys up. Google Earth-like soars his mind through clouds where snowstorms brew. New York State has dropped away and Massachusetts flew. And Newfoundland is ice-entombed and Rockall Gull beshatten, where no eye sees the lightning flash its momentary pattern. It's just, it's incredible, is what it is. So there we go. That is one of the reasons I love the books of David Mitchell. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with Sudoku solving. Sorry if you're not into literature at all. We will do some solving in a moment. What else can I tell? Oh, we're streaming tonight, 10 p.m. UK time. Love to have your company for that. We are returning, of course, to Blueprints, the weird and magical mansion that we've. I think this will be the 8th stream, so it's one of the games we've returned to the most often. But we're having a blast doing it. So hopefully some of you might join us tonight. I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen. And the only other thing to mention, I've got no birthdays to do today, is that over on Patreon, we have got this new Sudoku hunt competition running. It's called Regeneration. Have I got? I've got a teaser. Here we go. Here's a teaser. it's a series of puzzles that are sort of all linked together at a corner, with a worm running through them. Yeah, well over 1,000 of you have done the first puzzle, and hundreds of you have finished the whole thing, and the feedback we've been getting has been really, really terrific. So I definitely commend it to you. There's plenty of time left. The closing date is the 20th. The prize is a chance to make a Sudoku video that will appear on the channel, where we'll solve a puzzle together. So if that might appeal to you, do have a go. And with that said and done, let's have a look at Cloud Atlas by James Kopp. The rules are as follows. We've got normal Sudoku rules applying, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. The grid is covered in fog. Placing correct digits reveals clues in the surrounding 3 by 3 area. So this is old school fog today. So if we got this digit, it would clear all the fog from those cells. So there's the other type of fog we sometimes see is called dynamic fog, where if you got this digit, it might clear the fog from that cell. But this is the original fog we're dealing with today. Orthogonally adjacent cells cannot contain consecutive digits. Well, this is an old school constraint. So imagine this cell as a 2. Then you couldn't put the digits 1 or 3 in any of those cells, because of course 1 and 3 are consecutive with 2, and they would be in orthogonally adjacent cells. Orthogonally adjacent means shares an edge with. So this cell's fine for a 3, because the 2 and the 3, the cells containing the 2 and 3 meet diagonally. They touch at a point, and they don't share an edge. So that, I mean, I think, didn't the original Miracle Sudoku have that constraint? But anyway, that's something we'll be dealing with today. Adjacent digits along a green line have a difference of at least 5. So if this cell here is a 1, this cell here has to be at least equal to 6 in order to be sufficiently different from 1. And then the digits on the arrows sum to the digit in their corresponding circle. It's going to be a bit harsh if you're doing this puzzle and you've never seen a Sudoku arrow before. Let me try and explain what an arrow is. So an arrow is going to be a circled cell somewhere in the grid that's going to have sort of an arrow emanating from it. And the idea is that whatever you put into these cells, I'm not going to put big digits in, because if any of them are correct, it will clear the fog and ruin any surprises. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6, so we would write 6 into the circle. And that's how Sudoku arrows work. And it looks like we've got an arrow coming down there. The sort of grid furniture would suggest that that's the case. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I've got this sort of window at the top. Now, let's extend the lines that we can. So we've clearly got a green line going there, and there, and there. Now, it is true to say, I mean, maybe I will do it. It seems to be the case that there's an arrow going to here and here, but well, actually, one of these is a circle. I was going to say we don't know where the circle is, but I do know one of these is a circle, because imagine it wasn't. If neither of those is a circle, those digits would be a minimum of 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the circle, wherever it went for this arrow, would have to contain at least a 10, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. So one of these is a circle. But that doesn't mean, what that doesn't mean, I don't think, is that the arrow necessarily ends. Imagine this was a circle, but the arrow bent. Well, then it's true that those 3 digits have to be different, so they would add up to at least 6. But this could still exist, couldn't it? So, I'm not sure what we can do with that. Let's get rid of this and get rid of that. We certainly don't know. We don't know the full extent of the arrow. It might only be these cells that we can sort of infer, but it might be more. So I think it's going to be the whispers then, is it? Oh. Well, okay. Let's start off by talking about secrets of German whispers, such as there are. I mean, the first and main point is that you can't put 5 on a whisper. I could put 5 as a big digit in here because it will be wrong. 5 can't go here because this digit would have to be at least 5 different from 5. And if we go down, we get to 0 or lower, and they aren't Sudoku numbers. If we go up, we get to 10 or higher, and they aren't Sudoku numbers. So no 5s on whispers. Now what that means is that every digit on a whisper has the property of either being above 5 or below 5. And the crucial thing to realise is that you can't have 2 of the same type adjacent. So if this was lower than 5, this can't also be lower than 5 because it would be not sufficiently different. 4 and 1, which is the furthest apart those digits can be, are only 3 apart. So you get this oscillation effect. So whatever this is, say this was low, these would both be high. Now actually, what that is making me wonder... Okay, whichever one of these is the circle, the arrow that emanates from that circle consists of at least 3 digits in the same column. So, here is a question. Could either of these cells be high? I.e. higher than 5 digit? Well, it's a 3-cell arrow at least, and a 3-cell arrow can have a digit from 6, 7, 8 and 9 on it, but only if it's the digit 6. Because the only way to construct such an arrow would be 6, 1 and 2, which add up to 9. Anything larger than that is impossible, obviously, because we can't put double-digit numbers into circles. So is it possible that either of these is 6? Well, that one is not 6. Definitely, because if that's 6, 6 has this strange property. I can actually put it in there because it won't be correct again. If this is 6, both of these squares have to be the digit 1, because 6 and 1 are the only digit that's 5 different at least from 6 in Sudoku is the digit 1. So 6 is definitely not there. If this was 6, this would be a 1. Let me just have a think about that for a second, because that might be possible actually. No, gosh, it's getting tricky. Okay, we're going to have to think this through very carefully. If we do put 6 here, then we have to decide where we're putting the circle. Now, if we put the circle here, these digits would have to be a 1-2 pair, and that's impossible because we can't have 1 and 2 in orthogonally adjacent cells in the puzzle. So actually, if this was 6, this would have to be the circle, but then this digit needs to be a 1 or a 2, and it can be neither because it would see this cell, which means it can't be 1, and it can't be 2 because they would be adjacent. So this is big. Both of these digits are low digits. All these digits are high digits. Which might do something. Oh, that's distressing, isn't it? That's actually not done anything. Well, I mean, it's done something, but it's not. I've got 3 high digits now in box 5. And one of these is a circle, which is at least a 6 itself. So if this was the circle, that would be a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. These would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'd have to keep consecutive digits apart. Okay, this one can't be 4, because 4 is a bit like 6. It can only partner up with 9. Along a green line, and so both of those would have to be 9, so that's not 4. Now this one can't be 2 for a weird reason. If that's a 2, this would be a 1 or a 3 and would be consecutive with 2, so we can get rid of a digit there, which is sort of a weird one. Now it's going to get very difficult, isn't it? If I don't know. I'm not sure quite how to think about this. Maybe we can get rid of 4 from here. If this was 4, that would be double 9. That couldn't be 3 then. So if this is 4... how would that work? Both of these... Because both of these would be 9, both of these couldn't be 9 or 8. So this would be a 6-7 pair. And this would have to be a 2... Oh, it would have to be a 1, wouldn't it? Because 2 and 6 are only 4 apart. So hang on. So if this is 4, this is 1... This is a 6-7 pair. Is that okay? These are double 9. I don't know what that means. We then have to make a decision about where the circle was again, which would be difficult. Actually, it would be very difficult. That doesn't work. Right. Well, one thing I've spotted one thing that doesn't work, but it's not desperately easy to see this. So what I'm saying is, if this is 4, let me put in sort of corner numbers to illustrate what happens. We're going to get 9s in these cells. We're definitely going to have, because these are 9s, these can't be 8s or 9s actually, because they would be consecutive with 9, and we've got a 9 here. So this is a 6-7 pair in some order. We don't know what the order is, but now we've got to, because one of these is 6, we know this is 1. That was all fairly straightforward. I mean, not easy, but fairly straightforward. Now, if this was the circle now, it couldn't be 9 and it couldn't be 8, so this would be 6 or 7. But it's got 4 on its arrow, so it would have to be 7, and this would have to be 2, and the 1 and the 2 would be consecutive. So that's wrong, and we'd be in this world instead. So we've got 1, 4, but this is 6 or... Sorry, this digit now can't be 6 or 7, because it would be consecutive with this one. It can't be 9, so this would have to be 8. Now, I don't know if this works. I haven't worked this out yet. Is there a problem? And there might not be. This might be correct. It might very well be correct. If this is 8, that has to be 6. That would have to be 7. Now, one thing I'm just pausing about here is whether this necessarily has to be a 3 in this example. Oh, it can't be a okay, this is interesting. I wonder if that's why we've been given this sort of letterbox at the top. Because, okay, let's deal with this. This has to be 8, that's true. Now the straightforward arrow would make this a 3. That's impossible because that's a 3-4 pair. So instead, this and wherever the arrow goes next has to be a 1-2 pair to give us the extra 3 that we need. Well, we can see that this can't be a 1, so this would be a 2. And we've got one more 1 to put into the puzzle on this arrow. Now, with the 1 is not up there because of the letterbox. It can't be here because that would be consecutive digits in orthogonal neighbours. And if the arrow did double back into there, this can't be a 1 because there's already a 1 in box 5. Okay, and I think the fact that we've actually had to consider that, you know, whether the arrow could have gone here, makes me think that this was a good question. Not an easy question, I hasten to add, but a good question. So now, what have we actually achieved as a result of all that? Well, I think what we've achieved, for what it's worth, is we've got rid of 4 here. And now this can't be 2, because it will be consecutive with 1 or 3, so that we've now got a 1-3 pair on the arrow. Boom. And now I've got something. It's taken me quite a long time to do this, but I can now, I think, place my first digit in the puzzle. And that is by saying, where's 2 in the middle box? 2 cannot go next to 1 or 3. So it's got to go there, I think. I hope this is right. Yeah, okay, that was... Oh! Right. Look, can you see that? The arrow is there. So that has to be... That has to be the circle. It has to be. That was one of the first deductions that we made. Now, well, what is this, though? Because... Well, we've got 4 on the arrow, so it can't be bigger than 5. It could perhaps be 4. It could only be 4 if this was 1 and that was 3. 4, 1, 3, and that would make this 8. So it's 8 or 9 here. Right, so this digit can't be 8 or 9. That's got to be 6 or 7. So this digit can't be 3 anymore because it would be too close. That's brilliant, James. That is brilliant. Wow. Okay, so 3 on a German whisper has to partner 8 and 9. That's the only option. So now this digit is also not 8 or 9. Pregnant pause while I try and work out what that means. So if that's 7, that's 9. That's 5. That would be 9. That would be 8. That would be 6. I'm not sure what to do with this. Okay, let's just take stock though, because we've got 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yes. Okay, so this digit is 4 or 5. If it's 6 or 7, it's consecutive with this digit. That won't work. And this digit is 4, 5. It's not 4 because it's next to 3s. It's not 5 because it's on a whisper. So this... okay, so it's that straightforward. Sorry, I didn't see... Oh, no, that's fine. Actually, sorry, I could have done that a different way. That's a 4, 5 pair. So this is a 6, 7 pair. Now, if this is 6 or 7 on a whisper, this is 1 or 2, and it can't be 1. This is brilliant. So that's 7. That's 7 now to be sufficiently different from 2. This is 6. Didn't give me anything. This is 6. What's that that's just flown in? That sounds an ominously deep hornet-like buzz. Hopefully it's okay. Right, if this is 2, this is at least 7, isn't it? So that's 7, 8, or 9. 2 by Sudoku is in one of those cells. You can get mad stuff going on with these non-consecutive puzzles, like where's 3 in this box, for example. I don't know the answer, but it's sort of a bit surprising to note it's only got 3 positions. At least it's a bit surprising to me. Can that be high? Might be. Well, no, or maybe can that be low? If it's low, it can't be 1 or 3, so it would have to be 4. That would have to be 9. This would have to be 7. But if it's high, it can't be 6 or 7. It would be 8 or 9. And then it couldn't be 8 because it would be consecutive with this. So this is 4 or 9. And surely I can do something with that. 4, 9, 7. I don't know, maybe that's okay. Oh, that's 7, so that can't be 8 anymore. So that's 9, that's 8. Oh, there's another one there. Can't put 6 next to... It's so long since I've done non-consecutive. Right, so now I've got 1, 3, 5. So this is 9. So that is 4. So that is 9. This is now 7. It's going really well all of a sudden. It's quite cool that the break-in was so difficult, but now we're actually able to do some things. 7 is in one of those 3. I'm not proud about pencil marking that. And that's the only cell left that we can see in the fog, but well, it's got sort of grid furniture in it, but that doesn't seem to be under any pressure from anything. And that is a terrifying thought, actually, because that suggests that there is some cell or cells in this puzzle that are really badly restricted without the use of the whisper, which is genuinely surprising to me, at least. What about that digit? 1, 2, can't be 3, it would be consecutive, can't be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. So yeah, that's a good example. That is a 1 or a 2, which is a very peculiar restriction. What about that one? I think that's worse, isn't it? We want to try and use column and row logic. What about that one then? That can't be 1, 2, 3 or 4, so maybe 5 or 6, 7, can't be 8, no. Ah, nearly. 5 or 9, I think. Let's try that one. Not 1, 2 or 3 or 4. Could be 5 again, I think. Can't be 6, 7, 8 or 9. Oh, that's great if that's naked. Is that, am I strange for not just seeing that cell and going, oh, naked single? I'm right, aren't I? 3, 4. Yeah, I think I'm right. I think that's a naked single 5. That means this is a 9. It didn't actually do very much. But maybe, 9 can't go next to 8. So 9 is in one of those two. 5 is in one of those two. Can't go next to 6. Should we try this one? What can I see? That one's that's no use. That could be 1. I can't be 4 actually. 6, 7. Oh, see, that's weird. Okay, I didn't think this was going to work because I could see it could be 1 immediately, but I think it is a 1. Let's just double check it. 1. It can't be 2. It can't be 3. It can't be 4. It can't be 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's just a 1. No more grid furniture. 1 is in one of those 3 positions, I'm going to claim. And probably we just have to keep whittling away. I'm going to try all these digits and see which one is the most surprising. Let's try this one. 3 is possible. 4 isn't, 5 isn't, 6 isn't, 7. Oh, 7 is possible. 8 is possible, so that one's fine. That one's actually got loads of options. 2, 4, 5, 8 here, so 2 and so 4 or 8, I think, for that one. Obviously very impactful on the cell above it, whatever it is. Let's try this one. 3 is possible, 4 is possible, 5 isn't, 6 might be, 7, 8, 9 are not, so 3, 4 or 6. And this one can't be 1, 2, 3. Could, I think, oh no, can't be 4, can't be 5. Can be 6, can be 7 then, presumably. Can't be 8 or 9, so 6 or 7 for this cell. Oh no. That one? No, that's terrible. Because that can be 1 or 3. Or 8, actually. Gosh. Gosh, I am out of practice at non-consecutive. I can feel I'm out of practice. 9 is down there somewhere. I don't really want to look at this cell. I don't think there's any. Oh, I don't think there's a point, but I will just check it. 3, 4. Can't. 6, I think. 7 maybe actually. 8. 9, it's not. So there's not some weird triple. I mean, yeah, okay, 8. 8. 8 in the box is in one of those two cells. So 8, oh, there we go. That's gorgeous. Where's 8 in box 1? Can't go next to 9. Which I hadn't appreciated about this cell. So it's actually there. Oh no. Didn't do anything. Oh, that can't be... Hang on, is this naked? Because I've got 3 next to 4 here. Right, let's double check this again. So 3 is not possible. 5 is not possible. Why couldn't that be a 6? That's a totally dreadful piece of pencil marking into this cell. Unless I'm missing something, I think that can absolutely be 6. So, what about this column then? 1, 6, 7. So 3 and 5 are down here. And I don't know what to do with that. 6 is... No. What about... I don't know where to look again. Okay, not sure. If this was an 8, this would have to be a 3. Would that matter? If this was a 4, could it be those? If that's... Yeah, do we have to be careful? What have we got over here? 2, 4, 5, 8. And we must make sure that there's nothing consecutive about any of that. I think it's okay, actually. I think it's okay. That can't be 5. I don't know where to look. I suppose if 8's in one of those, 8's in one of these, it's probably not worth anything, but we'll record it for posterity. What about that digit? 3. No, that's not possible. 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can immediately. This is 6, 7, or 8. That cell there, which is almost really interesting for this cell. Yeah, let's put that in 3, 6, 7, 8 for this row. Now, if neither of these was 3, how would we make that work? You couldn't, could you? This is really important, actually, in this row. If neither of these is 3, this is a 6, 7, 8 triple. So what are we going to put into that cell? That means that we don't either have a consecutive domino there or there. There's no way to do it. So one of these is 3, and therefore this isn't 3, and therefore this is 4. It can't be 8. And now this is 3, 6, 7, and that is 8. So this is 3, 6, 7. We've got to keep the 6 and the 7 apart. And yeah, that's the 3. So, right, now this isn't 2 or 4 anymore. In fact, look, we can get rid of 4 from all of those. Oh, nearly. Okay, well, that's still good. It's better than we were doing. Those include 4 now. We know if this is 3, 6, 7, we know this is 1, 4, 9, don't we? 1, 4, 9 with this not being 9. And we know we've got a green line here. Let's actually draw it in. We don't know how long it is. It could be a lengthy line. But that is its nature at the moment. 8 is placed in box 2. Can't go next to the 9. Okay. So now perhaps is it 7 in box 2? Is that somehow... No, actually, no, it's not. What about column 4? 1, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, I think you have to be a bit more liberal in how much pencil marking you're prepared to do in these non-consecutives. Otherwise, it's so easy to miss things. Don't know where to look now again. Lots and lots of odd digits in column 5. So we need 2, 4, 6, 8 and 7. So 8's definitely down here. And as is 6. 6 can't be next to the 5. So 7 in the column is nearly quite difficult. You can't put 7 next to 6 down here. You can't put 7 there because this would be 6 or 8. So 7 is not there. It's not there. It would be next to 8 and the 7 has to go there. It was correct. Oh, now 7's down here and there's going to be a sort of diagonal arrangement of the 6 and the 7. And in fact, yeah, if this wasn't 8, this would be 6, 8. And wherever the 7 is, it would be next to a consecutive digit. So that's got to be 8, I think. Look, we're not... It's really mean. James, you're being very mean. I'm not getting anything extra under the fog to help me with the non-consecutive stuff. Right, so this column needs 2, 4 and 6 in it. That's 2 or 4. This is 2, 4 or 6. All these even digits. There's no worries about non-consecutiveness there. This digit can't be 3. So 3 is in one of 2 places in box 2. So 3 is in one of 2 places. Now 3 is in 1 place in box. Now this can't be 4 because it would be consecutive. So that's rather pretty. We get a 4, 8 pair at the bottom of the column, and we've not put 2 and 6. So we can put the 6 in. We can put the 2 in. 6 can't go next to 5. Now, what does that mean? I mean, this can't be a 3, 5 pair, because whichever one of these is 4 would be next to a 3 or a 5, and that would be terrible. So that must be the 3. Oh, it didn't clear 5. I think it was logical. I really think that is logical. 1, 5, 6, 7 down here, and these aren't 6. So 1, 5, 7. We probably can do something there, but I'm not seeing what it is. 3 maybe? No, not quite. Okay, I might be getting stuck. Oh, this 3 means that can't be 4, so that's got to be 5. So this can't be 4. That would be 2 consecutive with 5. Oh, okay, so are we getting some pressure on this now? Not really. If it's high, it's 7 or 9. And if it's low, it's 1, 2 or 4. Bobbins. That's ridiculous, isn't it? That's actually genuinely surprising how much freedom there is there. What about 1, 3, 5, 6 into this column? We can get rid of 1 and 3 from there. So the corner is 5 or 6. We can get rid of 6 from this cell. Can we do any better than that? I bet we can. Although, no, I'm not seeing how immediately. No, I'm not actually. Okay. So we're going to have a diagonal 4, 5 to keep the 4 and the 5 from being consecutive. It does look like there might be something going on in row 7, doesn't it? 1, 2, 4, 7, 9. Yeah, that's very restricted. That's very interesting. Look at this square. It can't be 4 and it can't be 7 or 9. Now I've got a 1, 2 pair in the column. In fact, this can't be 1 or 2 now because it would be consecutive with the 1 or the 2 here. So this is 4, 7 or 9. 4 would obviously put 9 here, which would be, well, probably helpful. Or this column maybe. Well, we need 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 9. Yeah, well, if that's a 7, 9 pair, that's a 7, 9 pair at the bottom. So this is a 3, 5 pair, and we know that the 3 is at the top. Now this has to be 2, 1, 4 to stop anything being 2 consecutive there. So this is now 1, 3 pair at the bottom. This is a 4, 6 pair at the bottom. That's a 2. This is not a 1 anymore. This is not a 5 anymore. And that's going to be very useful for the following reason. Come on, brain. Come up with something. What about this row? 1, 5, 6, 9. Can we do anything with that? Apparently not, which is outrageous. 2, 3, 5, 8. We might be able to do better with that. That can't be 2 or 3, so that is 5 or 8. Oh, there's a 5, 8 pair. Wow. So this can't be 2. Don't know for how long I've had that 2 pencil mark there, which is total nonsense. No, okay, so this can't be 8. Not that I was no, I was never really thinking it was going to be. Right, that can't be 2. It would be consecutive with 1. So, oh, so the 2 in this row, I see, is placed. There we go. It's got to go there. So this is now 2. This is now 4. So this is not 4. This is low. This is a low digit. 1, 2, or 4. I think actually all options are possible, which is an outrage. Okay, let's tidy up our pencil markings and see if we can do any better. These are not. This is a 1, 9 pair. And oh goodness, I can't see. Yeah, I can't see how to do that. Let's try row 7 again, shall we? Slightly desperate. 1, 4, 7, 9. So that is 1 or 9 only. Can't be 7, it would be next to 6, and can't be 4 by Sudoku. So 1 or 9 into that cell. And 1, 4, 7, 9 over here. Which, it feels like that should be restricted, but I can't see why. There's definitely a 4 in these 2 cells, so that's not a 4. So this is 1 or 2, so this isn't 1. Does that do it? It feels like it might do something. I'm getting deja vu here, because there have been puzzles in the past that I've done on the channel, or attempted to do on the channel, where I've got ridiculously stuck on the non-consecutive, and it's such an annoying puzzle to get stuck on, because there's no reason to get stuck. It's not that it's difficult, it's just that if you never see the right cell through ineptitude, you can be stuck forever. Let's have a look at this cell. It can't be 1 or 3. So this is 4, 6, 7, I think. Which looks like it's trying to do something. Yeah, 1, 3, 6, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. Let's try and tidy up as much as we can. That's not really worked very well, has it? I don't think that has worked at all, actually. Okay. 7 or the 9 here. 1 or the 3 here. Let's double check all of these connections just to see whether or not there's something that we can do. Not seeing anything immediately. 9, there's a lot of pencil mark 9s up there. That seems excessive. Oh gosh, it's almost like I've just presaged my own demise there by noting that I have struggled with these before. I have got this 5-8 pair. It feels like that might be doing something that I'm overlooking. I don't think I see what that is. The 8 and the 9 in this little 2x2 are going to be offset, aren't they? They're either going to be in that pattern or that pattern. Oh, yeah, that's it. Where's 8 in this column? 8 can't go next to 7 or 9 in either of those positions, so it's only got one place. It might not do anything, that. Oh, it's not actually clear. Oh, it did clear fog, thank goodness. Right, so now this is 9, this is 1. So we can tidy up a few more pencil marks. This is not 9 anymore. This 1 means this is 2. That doesn't reveal this one, but does it do anything else? No, oh, that can't be 4 or 6. That's got to be 7 now. That's lovely. Okay, so now this is 9 at the top of the grid. That's a 4 by Sudoku. And in this column, what have we not put in? Looks like a 6. Right. Okay, so that should be something, shouldn't it? We should be able to do, this is now 7, that's a 6 to stop that being consecutive. That's a 1, that's a 9. Not clearing fog again. Let's hope we haven't made a ricket. That's a 7. This is 1 or 3. Okay, and this feels like we can, that digit should be resolved. I don't know what's going on in this box. Yeah, that 5 is doing things. 1, 3, 6, 4. I've got a 1, 6 pair, so that's 5 in the corner up there. That's 3. And hopefully something will now reveal itself to us. Let's look down here. We need 3 and 8. Well, we've got to put the 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. If we put the 3 here, it would be next to the 2. So 3 and 1. This isn't 1. The 6 and the 4 are done. So the 4 and the 8 are done. That's all the fog. So it was, most of the trickiness was right around that middle box, wasn't it? Right, that can't be 5. And this has got to be 5 because it can't be 7. So in the bottom row, we need 2s. That's a naked single. That should be a 5. This is a 1-7 pair. I really hope I've not got stranded in a deadly pattern here. Something must resolve this deadly pattern. Where are you? No. Oh yeah, the 2. That 2 I've just put in can't go next to a 7. So 7, 7, 6, 6, 1, 1. Boom. That's a brilliant puzzle. That is a brilliant puzzle. Oh, travel far enough, you meet yourself. David Mitchell, Cloud Atlas. Is that a reference? Travel far enough, you meet yourself. Maybe that's what we did as we journeyed round the grid. Very enjoyable puzzle, James. Hit a very nice, well, hit a slow spot for me in terms of non-consecutives, which I'm appalling at, but a very sweet spot for me in terms of Fog Sudoku being, and a beautiful puzzle, and of course the memories of Cloud Atlas, the book. So thank you very much if you're still with me and still watching. Let me know in the comments how you got on. We enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.